There are many countries that restrict cell towers near schools: Russia, Turkey, Greece, Bangladesh, Israel, Chile, regions in Australia. And we have links to that. We have information on that for you to know. In addition, in the United States, there are communities like Williamson County in Tennessee that has a setback for schools. There are school districts in the United States like Los Angeles, Palo Alto, Westland, Wilsonville, Temecula Valley Unified, Loudoun County, which more recently, that is considered the wealthiest county in the country, where they have banned new cell towers on school property. Now, all of these are at risk with the new federal rules that could come down if proposals are confirmed by the FCC. This may change. There are also communities that have ordinances with setbacks. And it's important to note that in those setbacks, some of them have safety valves so that they're not going to prohibit service. So if service is prohibited, there can be a change to those setbacks. The International Association of Firefighters, since 2004, has opposed cell towers on their stations.
Hello, Lewis Courier, LA County Fire Captain, 29 years. I'm speaking today against these cell towers that are being installed at our fire stations for the health and safety of the residents and the firefighters who live there. The problem we have in this country today is an absence of adequate recommendation standards, and as a consequence, the corresponding standards that are being used are not applicable to the world we live in today. The FCC safety benchmarks that LA Ricks is using are antiquated and industry controlled. We've all seen in the past how well industry controlled standards has worked in other industries, and the examples given today, such as tobacco, chemical, fire retardants, etc. This is a classic case of the fox watching the hen house. We have reviewed over 4,000 studies done by medical professionals that are peer-reviewed that show that there are adverse health effects at levels much less than what the LA Ricks people are saying. Firefighters are already exposed to a lot of RF radiation, EMFs, and chemicals exposure, so much so that cancer is presumptive for us. When will enough be enough? When will we hit our hypersensitivity level? I'm hoping we don't find out. Please stop these cell towers at our fire stations. Thank you.
Thank you, Captain. Let me also...
Firefighters living and working beneath cell towers like this one have gotten sick. Headaches, extreme fatigue, memory loss, and brain scans show that firefighters exposed to toxic RF radiation experience cell death, ALS, Alzheimer's, and Parkinson's disease. Now, the Los Angeles County Board of Supervisors has approved cell tower installations on fire stations in neighborhoods like yours. Call Supervisor Don Kanabe and tell him to stop the cell towers now.
The New Hampshire Commission, if you're not familiar with that, and I designed this talk, which I know is getting long, but I wanted to get everything in here for you. If you are new to this issue, the New Hampshire Commission report is a report you need to read and learn about, because they did a year of investigation and they found that there was scientific evidence of harmful effects at levels below government limits. And they came out with 15 recommendations after interviews with many experts on this issue, on how to reduce exposure to the public and protect the state, protect the public and the environment. One of the recommendations is a 1,600-foot setback for cell towers from schools and homes. The Los Angeles, California Public School District, they have banned cell towers on schools. They have said they have a threshold 10,000 times lower than FCC limits. Now, they say that. There are a lot of issues, however, with how that is actually working out in truth. They do have bans on cell towers on school property. The Santa Clara County Medical Association, please make sure you have a copy of their best practices for schools, as well as the Santa Clara County Medical Association a bulletin that comes out, where Dr. Cindy Russell, who is also the Physicians for Safe Technology executive director, has many reports and really easy to understand and share articles on the issue of cell tower and wireless radiation. But the best practices for schools that was passed by the Santa Clara County Medical Association says that exposure should be reduced And they asked school districts to consider a policy to restrict installation of cell towers on school property to at least 1,640 feet between a cell tower and a school. Please sign up for our newsletter at ehsciences.org. We have a wireless and EMF program newsletter, as well as other newsletters on environmental health. So if you're interested in plastics or chemicals, pesticides, EHS is tracking what is going on in terms of the science, as well as the latest news on the issue. So thank you all for being interested, educating, advocating, spread the word on this issue. It is so important that we all work together, and that is how we are going to fix this. Again, my contact information is Theodora at ehsciences.org. You can contact me for more. Thank you so much.